welcome. Muchísimas gracias a todos por venir. Estamos felices de tenerles. I speak Spanish. I don't know if anybody needs that or not. I'm super excited that everybody's here, and let's go up and open up with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks again. Now we'll go ahead and proceed with the roll.
Trustee Jesberger? Here. Trustee Grimm?
Here.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
Fiscal officers here, Superintendent of Roads and Township Administrator.
Here.
Fire chief's around? Or is he not here?
You might have been around.
All right. At the moment, the fire chief's not here. Maybe he'll reappear. And Chief of Police?
Here.
Perfect. The next meeting is going to be April 9th, 2024 at 999 Chambers Road at 6 p.m. I would like to make a motion to accept the agenda with flexibility.
Second.
Trustee Jesberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
And super excited to state that April is Earth Month. So starting next month, we will have Earth Day and Earth Month where everyone gets to appreciate and respect the fact that Mother Nature is beautiful. Do we have anything else to add?
Yeah, April Earth Month. April's going to be a busy month for the township. We have the DEA drug take back that goes on simultaneously with our Earth Day, Arbor Day celebration. This year it's going to be on the 27th. That's in the newsletter, which by the way has been mailed out, and our individuals who signed up for the newsletter electronically, that went out today to all those individuals, by the way. So we're going to have the Franklin Soil and Water Conservation handing out the free trees. We're going to basically celebrate Earth Day and keeping our environment clean and healthy. We typically do a street sweep on that day. It's not that day. It's going to be the 20th is the street sweep. It starts at 11 o'clock here at the firehouse. Also simultaneously happen on the 27th is Minority Health Month Day here at 3820, and that starts at 12, from 12 to 4. So it's going to overlap Earth Day celebrations. There's going to be a lot going on that day. So really want to push that information out so everybody's aware and in the loop. Earth Month, so takes place during April every year. Time to raise environmental awareness and create consciousness around the issues that affect Mother Nature during this time of crisis. Every April, leaders and environmental activists from all over the world join hands to create sustainable development and offer climate solutions to minimize our carbon footprint and prevent further harm to our planet's natural resources. Who here recycles? Awesome. We have recycle bins if you need them. All right, that's great. So did you want to announce the next item on the agenda?
Sure.
The coloring contest winner?
Yes, we are, as everybody knows, the eclipse is going to be happening on April 8th. Yes, April 8th. And we had a contest, but to have different people enter to our coloring contest. Then nosotros teníamos una competencia de colorar, dibujar adentro de nuestro y queremos dar we would like to honor the winner, Abigail Villegas Segundo. Entonces, por favor, que venga.
Awesome. Come on up, Abigail. Abigail was one of our finalists and overall winner for our coloring contest. Abigail's 8 years old. She brought it in on the day of the deadline, so aren't you glad you did? Okay, you're going to be an artist when you grow up? Hold on just a sec. This one here. We're going to take some pictures. Is that okay? We're going to take some pictures. Is that okay, Mom? You gonna be an artist?
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody had the opportunity to see some of her masterpiece. We have it hanging up outside on our bulletin board, and I printed off some extra copies so everybody could take them home and put them on your refrigerator accordingly. Is that where yours is gonna be?
Yeah.
And what grade are you in?
Second grade.
And what are you gonna be when you grow up? An astronaut?
I think an artist.
An artist? I think you're on the right path. So we have a certificate for Abigail also. So for the best award for the solar eclipse coloring contest for Abigail Villegas Segundo. Am I saying that right? Awesome. So I want to give you your certificate. I'll give you a folder to put this into. And then you have your choice. You get some snazzy solar glasses. You're going to watch the solar eclipse? Maybe.
Me.
Great answer. Okay. So you get your choice. You can either choose the Ultimate Light Globe board, okay, or a variety of coloring books with coloring pencils. I think that's what you wanted, with the Easter Bunny and the pencils and the glasses and the gum and maybe some more gum. Okay, so let's all hear it for Abigail. Don't ever fail to participate. Thank you. Awesome. You want to take these with you now, or you want to hang out at the exciting meeting? Okay.
Can we get a picture with her?
Yes, absolutely. Trustees, this is a great opportunity to get your photo taken with Abigail. If you want to come up. That's a great picture. Mom, did you want to get a picture taken?
Get them on with them.
Yeah, you, family, okay. It's up to you. Okay.
Venga, la foto.
Okay, we'll get all our stuff.
You're too old for pictures, huh? Do you want to take some more or not?
All right, you got your picture, your certificate, copy of your, and you're all set. Put it right in here for you.
There'll be a contest next year.
Good job.
Thank you again. Absolutely wonderful. Let's congratulate the winner. All right, we can go ahead and move on to the swap.
Need to be sworn in.
He wanted to hand in his picture.
Okay, so we swear in somebody who just recently got reelected, so congratulations. This is for the state of Ohio and the county of Franklin oath of office. I state your name.
I, Deb Steele,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and will faithfully discharge the duties of fiscal officer of Clinton Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and will faithfully discharge the duties of fiscal officer of Clinton Township in Franklin County, State of Ohio, during my continuance in office.
Perfect.
I need to sign this.
If everybody can put on your lapel. Thank you.
approval of the March 12th meeting minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? All right, trustee Jessberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
And we can move on to the committing team report.
I do not have the stats for the last produce market, but if Chief Braley does arrive, we can grab them from him.
So then we'll just go ahead and quickly move on to the beautification project committee update. So, as we know, we've been working on trying to get the beautification program restarted, and Deborah's busy just a second, so she'll be back. Actually, let's just go ahead and we'll wait until she comes back for both of those. Can we go on to administration?
Okay, first thing I have is a request a resolution to adopt the 2023-2024 Franklin County Multi-Jurisdictional Hazardous Mitigation Plan update.
So moved.
Second.
Trustee Jessberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Well,
Sorry.
can we just kind of introduce what this is and what we're passing?
Absolutely.
And this is the county's plan for anything that happens within Franklin County that could be like flooding, tornadoes, any hazardous spills or anything of that nature, where we adopt their plan, we fall kind of underneath them. But in order for us to receive any FEMA money, we have to already have this in place. So if a disaster happens, the chain of events can take a normal course. If we didn't have this in place, then we'd have to do this first. And it'd be a time saver just to have it already adopted.
Any questions?
Is this something we should approve every year?
This is something that they have to review, I think, every 4 or 5 years. So I would imagine that we would fall under this plan until it's been revised. Once it's revised, we would adopt the new revision.
I also say yes.
Okay, I'm sorry, we'll restart the roll call. Trustee Jessberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
You want me to go ahead and finish it? Okay. I'm going to skip to number 3. Request a resolution to order the vacation of a township road pursuant to ORC 5553-045.
What does that mean?
This started back in November. This is the alley where the gentleman off Westerville Road came to us and wanted to vacate the alley just between his 2 properties. And the county looked at it and said, we'd like to vacate the whole alley. It's not being used for anything except for utility reasons. So we requested the county commissioners to vacate it. They did that they approved it on December 12th, but the county forgot to send anything to us. So now, with the permission from the county, we can actually order the vacation done. And once it's done, then I'll submit this back to the county and then it'll be official.
What does it mean to vacate it?
That we're giving up the right of way. It goes back to, most of the time it goes to the property owners, half and half. But the county will have to do a utility easement and things like that nature right up for it. So just the right of way will be on them, but then the property owners adjacent to it will actually own the property.
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion?
Where is this located at?
It's off of Westerville Road, in between Eddystone and is it Mecca? Yeah. It's a growed up alley between some houses. It goes back behind. He owns part of it. He owns both properties, and some of it, it's neighbors that own it.
Okay, trustee Jesper,
Yes.
trustee Grimm,
Yes.
trustee Clark.
Yes.
The next I have is a discussion about building use plan. I know we've been talking about this for a while, just, one of the trustees asked me to bring it up tonight at the meeting so we can have some discussion about it, how we want to move forward.
You were working to talk to insurance, was it you that was talking with insurance?
Yes, Emerald.
And where are we with that?
So I forwarded her a week ago a copy of the Chief Fraley has I'm sorry, my mic is dying, so take it off. Chief Fraley has a standard kind of, if somebody is gonna come in here and participate, he has a sheet that he has you sign.
Yep.
And then also, we've looked at some other waivers in the past, so, that have been included, and the fiscal office was kind enough to kind of put it together to make it, and this is kind of like back in like September, to put it together. So I forwarded that over to Kim to see if we could have a general discussion, whenever she's available to talk about it, and see if we can actually get it implemented. The idea, or what we've talked about in the past, is, the issues that we've had in the past, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but we started talking about this about a year ago. The idea was we wanted to be able to rent out this space, but we also wanted to make sure that it complied with the insurance that we have, so that if anything happened in here that wasn't necessarily our fault, we would still be covered and protected. And then that's when, I think like 6 or 7 years ago, when this building plan was coming into place, Kim Arnold was actually the person that stated that we needed to have a building use policy in general. So we were trying to make some decisions, if we wanted to distinguish between who could we rent to, businesses, what entities would be able to utilize the space, basically other governments would be able to utilize the space that they need to, Mifflin has in the past. Also, if we want to have, just general groups here, like yoga classes, self-defense classes, whatever it may be, that we would be able to have them in this spot, and then how do we want to distinguish between those, and what does that overall plan and policy look like? So I'm kind of forwarding that to her. I've been kind of giving her all the information that we've discussed over time. I can forward you those emails if you'd like, just so you can review them yourself, but that's kind of where we're sitting at. I'm waiting to see when Kim will be free.
Seems like we've been talking about this for a long time. Yeah.
Is that for just this building, or is that also for 9?
Yeah,
And just a small clarification, the bit I know, we're not supposed to allow anybody to do money-making activities here. So I think once we do have the policy, use or rental figured out, we just need to tell if a private entity did want to have a yoga class here. They could if we grant it, but they can't charge money for it, from what I know, that like we can't have money-making things happening here.
I mean, I would say that there's been pushback from certain people to not put something in place. So it's been a little bit of a kind of like a sensitive topic for the board previously. So we just kind of didn't really discuss it, or things would always get tabled, and it wasn't being able to move forward. So I'm glad that we now have an opportunity to try to push that through so we have something in place. I know one of the issues was if we allow nonprofits to be able to utilize the space, then we couldn't be exclusionary based on what the group does, and so that was kind of the topic that got into place. So yeah, there's always been some sort of a pushback to trying to get this passed through.
Well, what about just, citizens, like, over on the west side, they've been,
UVCI.
Civic
Yeah,
Association.
University Civic Association.
Like,
Yeah.
used to be able to use that, and then all of a sudden they were told they can't go in the building.
Yes,
Right.
that was many boards ago that made that decision. Nobody on this board currently was there at the time, so we've just been trying to fix it ever since.
Alright. I'm in favor of streamlining this as quick as we can try to just do it.
Do you have a problem with the way that I've been running this? Kind of
No,
feels like you
no,
do.
no, not at all. I just seem there's gotta be a sense of urgency a little bit as much climbing. No,
I mean, I'm doing the best that I can.
I know you
Do you
are.
have a problem with that? I'm sorry,
No,
I keep bringing
no,
this up, and I
it's
just
not,
don't
it's not
understand.
personal, it's not personal, I'm just, no, it's purely business I'm talking about, and, no, I have no problem with it, I would just,
When I have an answer, I will bring it to the table.
okay, we'll leave it at that.
Thank you.
And believe it's not a personal attack, it's just, okay, it's not that at all. It's business, not personal.
Yeah, that's all I have.
Perfect. So let's go ahead and scoot back to the committee and team report section.
For the Clinton Township Community Health Action Team, our last market, we had 11,000 pounds of food distributed to 540 individuals. Next market will be April 12th from 4 to 6 p.m. And we are always looking for volunteers to help out.
What was the date of the last market?
22nd.
3/22?
Last Friday.
Yep.
Yep.
Thanks.
We did hold our family movie night, March 15th at 999 Chambers Road.
The movie was really cute.
That's all we have.
Thank you. And we'll go ahead and circle back to the beautification project committee updates. We've been doing a lot to discuss this. We were able to put together this really beautiful pamphlet going forward. I think you guys remember us talking about it last time. Hopefully having a small competition going forward. I would like to have a general discussion about this beautiful piece that Deborah put together. If there's anything that we like or dislike about it. And if you guys are comfortable with us pushing it out tomorrow. How do you guys feel about the name beautification project for this piece?
Did we reach out to any other manufacturers? It just seems that a lot of residents already have that circle and the years on their post. So I understand Jenkins manufacturing isn't happening anymore. Did you guys consider asking a different manufacturer if we could just get the years that people could add to those posts? And there's many unused posts still in your office. I should have maybe brought this up at the last meeting. My brainstorm is, and this is not what you're asking, if there's a way we could piggyback off the existing award system that the residents were already used to. I didn't know Jenkins Manufacturing stopped, but I didn't know if we had explored finding somebody else to give what they used to do for us. It's okay if we didn't look into it, it was just an idea.
What are we talking about?
The beautification?
The awards that they get, there's like a post, and
Yeah.
then there's a year on it.
Yeah, so previously we were doing a post. I wanted this year to be more of like a virtual showcase so that we could, once a month, we could send out like a 12. So the first place would get overall, second place would be most improved, third place would be, and then we were gonna have like, and then let's say that there was an overall of 12 entries, or let's say there was 20 entries, but 12 were more superior than the other ones. I wanted to be able to showcase them on social media so that you could learn a little bit more about your neighbors. So that was kind of where we were going with that from there. Yes, we can introduce that. I'd like to introduce it. The only problem again is that the person that we had before did retire and moved to the middle of Ohio. We had talked about this, trying to maybe do the dates, and I mean they're all sitting in there next to mine.
I think there's a way to possibly do both. You should maybe move ahead with what you and Deborah already organized. And on the back end, if we can find somebody else to manufacture the years, if winners want that, they can have it.
And I agree, it would be really nice if that was something that we could do, but again, it's kind of hard to continue that forward if the person isn't making them anymore. I don't want that to be a guarantee, like, for the future, or I don't really know necessarily how much we want to be able to spend on this, going forward. I don't know what that would look like. We could try to price them out, but I was just more, it would be nice. I just don't know how feasible it would be or how much that would cost the township to be able to do, and I don't know, since we're not home rule, I don't know how much that would apply. If we would have to get donations for it to be able to make more, and how much would we allowed to be able to budget for that?
I haven't ever heard, we spent, I think, $3,000 printing out the sheet metal awards. We've been through several audits since.
And it never got,
We can clarify, but it's not been an issue, so. And that there are still the big ovals back there. So I'm assuming the biggest chunk has kind of already been spent, but I don't know. This was, effort started maybe in 2016. It had years 16, 17, maybe 19, and then just stopped. So I was more thinking just to pick up on the handful of people that are already used to it, that some of them still have that stake. So if we could then, I don't know, pick up in 24 or 25, we can put this on the back burner until next year and just revive the effort this year and see if we can find another sheet metalist to make those signs and whatnot.
Because there's yards in our neighborhood that still have those posters in the yard.
I have mine, it's amazing.
So Deb, if I may, and I just want to clarify, are you speaking to directly the stakes that we used as prizes? Because it was my understanding when I researched it, Dave, I think you said you talked to the attorney that we weren't allowed to spend any money with respect to those type of awards or anything associated with the beautification program and providing awards. Deb, you're stating now that we have spent money. This has been a
$7,000.
continuous program in the past.
Yeah.
I'm interested, for what it's worth, and and we certainly have time to revisit it, especially if there's a manufacturer you're referring to as Jenkins Manufacturing.
Yeah,
That's who Rebecca's saying is retired.
Okay, so
but we
yeah,
can
I'd be
definitely
interested in
research it. I just don't know, can we get clarification with Julie if this is something that we're allowed to spend money on?
We'll have to research back, but yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get with her again, to double check and make sure that we can do this.
Or find out if we can.
So how is like that award we gave to that officer 2 weeks ago? How was that paid? How was that paid for?
Well, he's an employee.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
just.
Yeah, I'm guessing. I'm not an attorney. Just guessing he's an
Or
employee.
the prizes we just gave that young lady.
Yeah, typically the awards that we have our forfeiture, our local forfeiture
Okay.
money, we use that fund for, we can do training and awards, so, yeah. That's typically.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
As far as the other awards, Deborah covered the ones for today, and the contest winner for the Christmas lights was covered by another individual,
Okay.
so.
If I may, with respect to the beautification process, there's a link, there's a QR code. So they can click on that, takes them to the form they can sign up to be either a judge or participant or both. It's already pre-loaded with all the streets, so no one that, lives on, Parsons Avenue, let's just say, can play in our game, in our beautification program, okay? We're looking for a different terminology. We use beautification project because it's consistent to the project that we used before in the past. So people are familiar with it, but we are looking for another creative branding for this year. If anybody has any ideas, we're always looking for people to participate in the committee. So we're asking for people to give this a nice look over before it gets pushed out tomorrow. because they have till the 30th to send in their before pictures. It provides them with the opportunity to upload the before pictures. Two files can be loaded, and they have until the 30th of April to do that, because we may or may not have the capability to go out and take pictures, have the strength or the manpower to do that. So it provides them with the opportunity. So we're going to communicate that and all the information with the beautification project. They have the overall first place, second place, and most improved. The deadline, the judging will be held the last week of summer, and the winners will be announced September 30th. And then, as Rebecca was saying, the top 12 entries, starting with 2025, each month we're going to showcase those pictures and hopefully have some information. This is, this is Dave Clark. He's been a resident of Clinton Township, and
Yep.
Any thoughts, questions?
I did test the link, I think, over the weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you got a chance to see if my information.
Yes, it did.
Okay.
It went through. Yep.
So the link worked?
Yep.
You did this?
I don't.
No, did you do this?
I did that.
Very nice.
Thank you.
I love the watering cans. I think that's a key part of it.
I would just want to make sure that I feel like sometimes the history with our township is we get hopes up and then we don't have any follow through. So I would just like to make sure that this is a really good opportunity for our residents, and that this doesn't just get pushed by the wayside. Whether we run out of time or schedules, just making sure like this is a really great opportunity to get our residents involved. And typically with government, things fall through the cracks. And I always hear there was no follow through. So just making sure that we're able to devote the time that's needed for something of this magnitude.
Yes, the program, the beautification project this year took a lot of time, energy, and effort, and I'm 100% committed to ensure its success. I just need the support of leadership to ensure that everybody's fully engaged and participating, and ensuring that we can continue to offer the program to the community and the residents who enjoy gardening and landscaping.
You mentioned that it might be difficult to get pictures if we're gonna ask them to do before pictures. Would it, like the follow through that Jess has mentioned, to help us with that follow through, ask them to submit pictures by,
April 30th. That's the date.
no, I'm talking the after pictures.
The after pictures would then commence May 1st. They can start sending in their after pictures starting then. And then
Or you said the end of summer, so I mean, even if it was like, because some gardens don't bloom until the.
Sure, that's why they have all summer to send in their after pictures.
Okay, can we add that on there that we expect them to submit
Sure.
their after pictures? Or ask us
Well-
to come
I
and
thought
take
I
pictures?
thought the judges were gonna take them.
Again, we're creating a safety net in the event that we don't have as many people signed up to be judges or committed to go out and do that task. It'll provide the participants with the opportunity to upload their own pictures.
Yeah, 'cause
and not
if we
depend
don't
on
have
it.
People around, maybe the pictures could be that somebody can just judge the pictures. And I mean, then you don't have to worry about the manpower to go around
Correct.
and throwing out an idea, maybe just submit your picture, the picture will be judged, and that, you can send that out. I mean, we could email you the pictures and you could act as a judge, an online judge, you know what I'm saying? Anybody could act as an online judge.
Well, one of the things we were also looking at is asking people on the form if they want their pictures to be posted at the time that they submit them, their after pictures. So, look, we got another entry from another resident.
That's awesome.
Don't forget to send your pictures in now for the beautification project that'll end on September 16th. So there'll be continuous conversation, excitement, chatter,
Absolutely.
posts, updates throughout
If we could ask them to send
summer.
the pictures, I think that would maybe help with
Correct.
Jeff's concerns of,
So it's going to be in
Oh,
phases. The first phase is actually pushing it out, the launching of the program, to have them send their before, to really drive that home, before pictures.
Okay.
And then transitioning to, okay, now that we got, everybody's got
And
their
you can
before
respond to
pictures,
those
in.
people.
Now it's time to send in, so we'll change that at the end, towards the end of February, to transition from uploading your before pictures to now we're uploading our after pictures.
okay.
And we understand that not everybody's going to be like, oh, I didn't know we had to upload before pictures, because, there's a lot of individuals may not be, reading their Facebook or whatever. So that's what we,
Could you add a line that you'll have an opportunity to upload your finished pictures or your after pictures?
I think we will do that. I think we wanted to, because we kind of discussed it and to do that, and I felt like that, I didn't want to put too much out here. I just wanted people to kind of get involved. So I thought that once we figured out who the participants were, then we would be able to give them the okay, you've given your before, this is your expectation with the after. But I can understand your point that maybe we should put in this advertisement that the expectation is that, hey, by the way, by putting in your before, you're also going to be putting in your after. We might be able to put that in the, yeah, in the part here, somewhere. Like maybe we should say, in the little description here, just some sort of a disclosure. Please make sure that you submit your final pictures by this date, and then we'll have an email list from them so we can send them like a monthly update.
correct.
To remind
I'll
them.
try to work on that wording. I just want to make sure that the pictures that we're receiving now through April 30th are only before pictures, and I believe to some extent they will be, because I can't think of anything that really blooms a lot in April.
Except for tulips and daisies.
Yeah.
They're all up right now.
Okay, thank you for organizing this.
Absolutely. It was
We
a
moved-
fun project. It's a fun project.
We looked into the manufacturing,
Yep, I got it on my list of things to do. Thank you.
Awesome, and I think that brings us to Chief Riley.
We have no new business for the board.
Chief Jones?
Yes, first thing, just to let everybody know, the police levy failed. As many other levies across the central region failed. We will not be seeking that again in November. So we will come back and see how we're going to put things together moving forward into the future. With that, there's many things we were going to try to do with that funding, adding additional officers to help with what we do every day, and that's not going to happen now. So moving on, I'd like to request a purchase order for a toximeter Inc. in an amount of $12,246.50 from Fund 2081-210-420, and that's to replace our old BAC instrument.
So moved.
Second.
so is this from an existing appropriation? I guess it's part of his budget already?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, not this, he didn't know he was gonna buy
No,
this
but I
item,
mean,
but he has
I
the
want-
money
right.
appropriated.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, yes.
okay. Let's do the roll call then. Trustee Jesberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
And next, I'd like to request the Board of Trustees to approve injury leave for the bargaining agreement for Officer Terry Phillips, going back to March 2nd to be determined at this point. Officer Phillips had surgery for a work-related injury.
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Okay. Trustee Jesberger?
Yes.
Trustee Grimm?
Yes.
Trustee Clark?
Yes.
And that's all I have.
Okay, I just got one thing from the Public Works Department. The chipper program will begin on April 8th this year.
Thank you.
My street is lined with offerings for your department.
And we got some up.
I'm backyards and plenty of work for you.
Yeah, we picked up some brush a week or so ago. We picked up some yesterday too. Some larger piles. We'll backhoe and pick it up. But it will get underway on the 8th. As long as everything's hopes out good and runs good.
Yeah, no big snowstorm or something.
But we're gonna keep on track.
A snowstorm.
Well, I've had it big on April, my birthday's April 3rd, and I've seen the heaviest snow ever on April 3rd one year. So
Bring it. Sorry.
Go back to Minnesota.
just stating facts. Sometimes people don't like to hear my facts, but facts are facts.
Facts are facts.
Shadow and Mother Appreciation.
So last week, and I was the only township representative that went to Dakota. They had a ribbon cutting ceremony in the Franklin Street facility. It's like a state-of-the-art facility. They can pull all their buses in there, keep them out of the weather, so it will save energy in the summer. They don't have to cool them down. The winter, they don't have to come in 2 hours early and turn the buses off. They have a repair facility, a huge dispatch center. It's a gorgeous building, and anyway, I got these fancy clothes here. Because it was cold. We were sitting in a tent, but it was very cold.
Awesome. We would like to appreciate the fire department for their hard work. Thank you for coming out over to 999 for all. I think 6 guests. You guys did a lot of things for it, so we appreciate you. And of course, Chief or Trustee Jesper for coming out as well. Thanks for being there and hanging out. It was fun. I had a really good time.
I would like to thank Chief Jones and Resident Joe Wing for all the work that they did on the levy. It was months of work. Unfortunately, it did not pass how we were anticipating.
bad timing.
But I just really appreciate that dedication, and I know the last few months, especially the last month, has been really rough for our officers with certain things that have happened, including the incident that happened yesterday. And I feel like a broken record, but like I've said since I've come to this board is, you know, the girls and I, we love and support all of you. And, you know, like there's no amount of thanks that I could give to our police department that I think would show exactly how much. So thank you for everything you've done.
Bad timing because everybody's mine went up $1,000 before even the
Right.
property went up from
Right.
70,000 to 154,000, then the school levy. So I could see it coming. I knew it was going to be bad. However, since every levy since 1990, Mississippi took guys before your time, and every levy since then went by. So I thought there was a chance.
Oh, and I talked to many residents yesterday, we had seen up in Wolford and Sale area, and that's the same thing. They, you know, we get appreciation for what we're doing, but it's just hard times for folks right now to be able to afford the extra tax increase, so.
Really, it was a low voter turnout. I hope when they get everything figured out there, but votes didn't add up. And I seen some people were voting early. They went, so you know they didn't vote. They didn't declare a party, and they just voted on that. So
I have appreciations for the University View Civic Association. Both Bobby and Carol did an outstanding job organizing and executing the Easter egg hunt over at the University View Playground Saturday. It was a little chilly, but it was a beautiful day. We had a great turnout, lots of great pictures posted, a lot of great opportunity to really connect with a lot of residents, and so it was another really successful event due to the efforts of Bobby and Carol primarily. So. Can't believe they're not here.
She's not down there.
She's watching though. She said she was gonna
I'm
watch.
sure Bobby's watching.
She said she was gonna
Hi,
watch.
Bobby.
Hi,
Thanks, Bobby. Who powers the beach? Anything else? Well, thanks everybody for coming. I will